Welcome to the Life on Your Terms podcast with me, your host, Tracy Liv Howard. My intention is that each episode helps you remember who you are and serves to inspire and support you to reach your most important goals and live life on your terms. Let's get into today's episode. In this episode, I'm going to talk about how the best things in your life are going to happen without any proof that things are going to work out. And how you need to let go of needing proof in order to take your next step forward and just get going on the things that you're really wanting. I just had a great coaching session with one of my clients, and I was talking to him about how he, as an entrepreneur, his strength, and every entrepreneur's strength, is that we take action on ideas, on visions, on impulses, on intuition, on gut instincts, rather than oftentimes analytical, physical proof of something. And I'm going to explain why. Anything in our world that's physical, that's already here, meaning it's already manifested, is old energy. It's already here now. And an entrepreneur or someone who's creating a life beyond what most people dream of, we have to stay in the energy world. We have to stay in making our beliefs and our dreams bigger than proof in reality. Reality will always disprove us. Reality is very small. It's very shirking. And we often can try to Google something, but we're Googling something that's old energy, that's incomplete. And this entrepreneur and I were talking about how he can get a hit, whether it's intuition, whether it's an awareness about something, and he can act on it immediately. And he said this freaks his team out and his, board and everyone, because they don't want to go that fast. They want to then take his decision or his directive and then prove it's true. So, for example, he had realized he was leaking about $500,000 in a certain part of his company, and he realized it's over. This is not going to work. He said, let's get rid of the team. Well, that freaked out his senior leader, and this individual went off and for 6 weeks looked into everything, analyzed the data, went into everything, and then came to the conclusion, yeah, we're going to have to let everyone go. This is not going to work. So my client said, I know, that's what I said 6 weeks ago. However, what happens is, and this is where timelessness comes in, is that it doesn't take a long time when we are living in more of an energy realm of like truth or realizations come in. We can implement them immediately. We don't need any time from A to B. Whereas people who are living more in the mindset or the perspective of needing physical proof, it will take a long time to get a realization and put it into action because they need to prove it. And I want to say I really sympathize with this. So I'm more of the dreamer in my marriage. Like, I dream, I have this vision, I act on impulses, I do things that look irrational or illogical. And my husband, I love him, Chris, he is way more analytical. He is into strategy consulting and day trading, and he is like a superhuman computer sometimes, like super smart in that angle. Yet his downfall is he can have a great intuitive hit or realize something, but then he really needs to prove it in order to trust it. Okay? Whereas for me, I trust it, I do it, and then I prove it. Okay? So these are two schools of thought. Chris needs to have the hit, prove it, and then he'll implement it and do it. Whereas I get the hit, I do it, and then I get the proof. And my husband's definitely entrepreneurial. So there are different ways in which entrepreneurs work, especially depending on what we're needing. But I think what I want to say on this episode is we need to remove ourselves, or at least move away from this concept of needing proof before we either trust our intuition or our senses or our gut, before taking action, or realize when that might be necessary and helpful. No big move that you're going to make in your life is going to give you proof it's going to work out on the other end, period. And if you need proof it's going to work out, you're never going to get it. Because the act of going for something is going to unfold the outcomes and the results and all the stuff that's going to slowly give you proof that you're on or off track. Oftentimes we need to be much more in motion with the things we are thinking, the ideas we have, the senses we're getting. We need to be in action with that in order to continue to move on our path. And so today in this episode, I just want to really connect you back to the concept that there is going to be something major in your life where you're wanting it. You absolutely are thinking, wow, I want this. This feels good. This feels right. Inside of you, your energy is saying yes, or whatever that is. And yet, this is the moment where you are welcome to just start to go for it, to start to take action on that, not needing the proof of those hard data and that physical proof that things are going to work out for you. And what comes to mind for me is even simple, like people who are wanting to lose weight, that we want to prove that maybe the diet we're doing is working, or we want quick proof on the scale that we're losing the weight. Or we go for, we do really good for a week, and if we don't get the proof it's working, we give it up. It's like, no, the point is anything that we do, if we're really wanting something, it's going to be the process that's going to get us there. It's the process of day in and day out, eating colorful food, reducing sugar, reducing alcohol, getting out exercises, getting out exercising, getting out and laughing, getting out and socializing, filling your spirit up. And those things in the long term are going to let you shed the weight, shed, whatever else emotionally is going on, mentally is going on. And it's a process. The proof will come much later, especially if you want to do something big. So for today, I'd love for you to just notice something you might be holding back on doing, or something that you're hesitating on because you're thinking, I don't know it's going to work, And if you're saying, I don't know it's going to work, it's then you're waiting for proof it's going to work before taking action. I want you to give something a go with all of your energy. Jump right in, 2 feet into the water, jump into this thing that you're wanting. Forget how long it's going to take. Forget needing proof along the way. Continue to do the right thing. Act on your truth. Pivot and keep going. And I promise you that the things that you wanted to have proof on are going to come into your world. You're going to have it, and you can smile at everyone around you and say, look, told you so. Hope this helps. Hope this inspires you. And it's time now to live life on your terms. A big thank you for listening to this episode. I truly hope you got what you needed. If you want to get more from me each week, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any episodes or bonus content. To be notified of new episodes, workshop opportunities, and more, subscribe to my email list by heading to the link in this episode description. I'm wishing you joy, happiness, and love.